Self-improvement doesn't exist. And this is not a clickbait kind of inflammatory statement. I actually mean it quite sincerely. But if you'll forgive me, it's a bit of a linguistic objection. And so you might feel that I'm evading the question, and just listen to the end and see what you think. When somebody embarks on a project of self-improvement, whether that's exercising or studying or dating or business, whatever it might be, my thing that I'm asserting here is they're not improving themselves, but they're improving their self-image. And that is just as much a valid project to undertake. But the self is actually something that cannot be improved. If you have a pet, I used to have a pet dog, and I would train the dog to do tricks. And when this dog learned a trick, I wouldn't say, "Oh, this dog has improved," in a sense of its being has improved. I would say, "Well, this dog has got better at this certain trick," but the dog is still the dog. It's still the same, the same animal. And so it's a very egocentric stance to think that we as selves can improve. You can be yourself and you can rediscover yourself, you can remember yourself, but you can't improve yourself, which is not to say that you shouldn't improve your self-image. You absolutely should. Because in improving your self-image as you move through the world in an egoic state, as in a state of individuation and separation, having an improved self-image is incredibly useful as you interact with other people's self-images and you want them to think well of you. But just in the confines of your own heart, no amount of gym and exercise or money is going to improve your relationship with your own being, because it's a little bit like, saying to one kind of tree, "Well, I want you to be a different kind of tree. I want you to sprout cherry blossoms when you just can only create acorns." That is the self. The self is who you are. It can only be expressed as its own beauty. And you'll see this around you in people. They never really change fundamentally who they are. They may develop new appendages, new interests. They may sort of polish their appearance by wearing different clothes. But these things are all superficial. And to say superficial is not to say to diminish them in any way. Because 99% of time, we're interacting through our ego with other egos. And the ego is also not a bad thing at all. It's completely necessary. But if you believe that going to the gym or in studying or in approaching girls or in making more money, it's going to create this feeling of the self that you experience inside as being improved, then you are mistaken, in my opinion. The self can be rediscovered, as I said earlier, through contact with other people and um, through improving one's relationship with oneself. Through that intermediary, then the self itself can be rediscovered, but it cannot be improved.